Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited that you guys are here. Let's get started with this project. So today we are working on a faux fireplace wall. I made sure to write down that I wanted a mantle, a fireplace, as well as a wreath. I've been thinking about this idea for quite some time now. I really want to do this for the holiday because we don't have a fireplace. So I wanted to make this out of budget-friendly materials. So I'm going to be using a lot of cardboard and other materials like that. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have our project tools to be able to work with. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun. As you guys know, you want to have backup glue sticks for this. You're not going to need a lint roller, but go ahead and grab yourself a Sharpie. And let me just use this opportunity to say, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss every time that I post a brand new video. Okay, so make sure to grab yourself a Sharpie so that you can make your measurements and everything. Then you're going to grab yourself a pair of scissors as well as a box cutter. This is going to become very handy for this project because we're going to use a lot of cardboard, and make sure to grab all of the materials. So after cutting the cardboard, I made sure to go ahead and grab some wood. I'm going to need a support for the beam portion of the cardboard. So I'm actually going to add a piece of wood horizontally to be able to staple the cardboard onto it. As you guys can see here, I'm just loading up my staple gun so that I can prepare all of that. I am going to use the shorter staples, and this is actually going to help me pin the wood against the wall so that I can make sure that the cardboard is well adjusted onto the wall and that nothing will fall off. As you can see, I do have two pieces of wood, but I'm actually going to use one of them only. And then as you guys can see, I'm just using my staple, like I said, to hold that up. Next, I'm going to jump right into painting that and giving it the light sanded wood color that I want to achieve for this mantle. I found that painting on the shiny surface of this box was actually the perfect thing to do because it didn't warp the shape of the box at all, so that was great. Next, to give it this lightened wood color, I just went in with some paint and water and used a cotton pad to just be able to spread that onto the project. As you guys can see underneath those layers, I ended up adding some brown colors just to be able to have like a wood grain effect, and this worked out really nicely for the project. So go ahead and grab all of the colors that you're gonna need. So I just ended up using just a basic dark brown, as well as a little bit of beige, a little bit of black, and just kept going back and forth with my brush and giving it the streaks to make it as realistic as possible. So this light and wood effect matches perfectly with the handlebar for my staircase railing. So that is exactly what I did here, and you guys will see how that turned out. I really like how it turned out. The color match is absolutely perfect in my eyes. I really like how this came out. So far we have figured out how to do the mantle. Next, we're going to jump into our next DIY, and that is going to be creating the fireplace. Okay, so for the fireplace, we are going to need a piece of foam cardboard. I ended up using the black one instead of having to paint one because I'm pretty sure when you paint cardboard or like the foam board, it turns into like this warped look. So I am glad that I had some black foam board on hand. So that is exactly what I ended up using. And I'm just going to make sure that it fits where I want it to, and make sure that I take my measurements so that I can cut it properly to the size that I want. So once I'm done cutting the foam board, I went ahead and used this piece of foam that came with a mirror packaging that I opened up a while ago. So I had it sitting in the garage, and this is actually the perfect item to be able to use to add some more details to the fireplace. So I'm just gonna cut some borders out with this box cutter, and this is gonna add so much depth and detail to the fireplace. I just wanted to create just a little bit more like shape and dimension to the fireplace. So this is how I was able to do that. So this black wallpaper is actually the perfect detail for this fireplace because foam does not like spray paint, and it's definitely way too cold outside for me to be able to spray paint, and it's too messy. So giving this fireplace the depth that it needs with this wallpaper is absolutely gorgeous. I love the marble detailing on there. It's definitely going to add just such a fun realistic look to the fireplace. I absolutely love this. So you guys can definitely do this for your apartments or different things like that. So definitely go ahead and give this DIY a try. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I love coming up with different ideas and different ways of doing things with less tools and less expensive materials. So if you buy a roll of this wallpaper, you will definitely have it for a good amount of time. So next, I wanted to add a little bit of a ledge, a tiny little shelf that sticks out from the fireplace so that I can add in the faux wood that I want to add. So I grabbed these two pieces of cardboard and I just hot glued them together in the middle, and then I just started covering it up with the hot glue. As you guys can see, these DIYs take a toll, okay? I get like paint all over my nail polish, and it definitely is worth it though, because I love creating my own ideas. But anyways, let's continue with the project. I just went ahead and covered the rest of that cardboard with the wallpaper, and this turned out so beautiful. You guys will be able to see just how much detail that this is going to add to our project. The wallpaper also doesn't really like hot glue directly on there, but I tried my best to just stick that on there and fold the sides as if I was wrapping a gift. So this project is really fun, you guys. Definitely, you guys should definitely try this. You have plenty of time to go ahead and start right now. So if you love this project, go ahead and tell me what your favorite part of this project is. And I guess comment down a laughing emoji if you got this far into the project. But anyways, so go ahead and continue to add that to the fireplace, and you guys will see just how beautifully that came out. Okay, so to install this little ledge here, I just went in with some hot glue, like I said, and I just made sure to attach that to the foam board and not directly onto the wall. So the foam board is actually being attached by staples, and here you can see what the fireplace is turned out like. There is one side where I have to correct where the wallpaper is kind of like popping out, so it just makes it look like it's a little bit lengthier. But do not worry, I noticed that in that corner and I'm gonna fix it soon. But anyways, this is what it's turning out to look like so far, you guys. I'm so excited with how it's looking like. I love working on this project. It was making my heart so happy to see it coming together so well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try and pick out something for the next part of the project, which is the wreath that I talked to you guys about. So I'm gonna try to pick some pieces that I think will work out for that. Okay, so we all know that that giant wreath on top of the mantle is absolutely necessary. Okay, so I was thinking about a few ideas of how I could DIY this wreath by myself. I started with this pool noodle here, and as you guys can see, it is not bendy enough because it's too big. It's not one of those skinny ones, so that's not going to be able to work for the project. It's definitely way too big for the space also. And I jumped into trying out this hula hoop that also was not fitting up here. I had this tinier little circle, and I realized that that one fit perfectly into the space. I wanted it to be just that size. So I went back over to the foam that I had shown you guys earlier, and I just laid that circle form back on top of that to create the design and be able to trace that out and to be able to cut it. So that is exactly what I'm going to be doing here, is cutting out that shape. Okay, so to finish up this wreath, I had to cut out a center circle. So I just went around and used this wreath form that I had from Dollar Tree. It was the perfect circle that would help me cut out this shape here in the middle. So I just went in with my X-Acto knife and traced that as best as I could to be able to get that form. So the reason why I'm using the foam, let me just explain that a little bit, is because I wanted it to be a lightweight wreath. I don't want anything heavy sitting on top of the wall there. So I just wanted it to be as light as possible so that maybe if someone's coming down the stairs or something and it gets knocked down, that it's not going to be some ginormous wreath with breakable ornaments. So I just went in with some plastic ornaments from Dollar Tree, and you guys, these work perfectly for for this project. So they were just the right size for this. So I'm going to be trying a different technique with this wreath actually. I'm going to be using some foil. I just like the effects that the foil gives to the wreath. And also, I didn't want to be applying hot glue directly to the foam. Like I said, it burns right through it, and you don't even have to try that. I'm telling you right now that it's going to burn right through. So using this technique of adding the foil is going to help a lot. So this technique is going to help just apply the foil and continue pressing down. And it actually looks a little bit better too when you have that crunched up foil look. The silver just adds a nice touch to this wreath. So just keep on applying that and you guys will see just how beautiful that comes out. All of the details of this project I will list down below so that you guys don't forget and you guys can follow along step by step. I hope that this tutorial was nice and clear for you guys. So continue watching. All of this is coming along really great. So along with the fireplace and the mantle and this wreath, I think everything is coming out beautifully, but we do have a few more details to add to our beautiful faux fireplace Christmas theme wall. So let's continue with the project. So as you can see, I was actually coming up with the details of this project as I went along. Literally everything was just me, my imagination, and just going off of some small details that maybe I've seen on Pinterest. But basically, coming up with this foil idea here is just off the whim. I was like, I need something to be able to stick these ornaments to that aren't going to be able to penetrate and ruin the foam. And this was the idea that I came up with, and boy, my God, I did. So I just continued adding the foam all around it, and I just wanted to show you guys in real time just how much energy goes into doing these projects. So go ahead and give this project a like. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. I love sharing these projects here on YouTube. I have a lot of fun creating them and coming up with the details, and working on these projects is definitely just such a fun time for me. So definitely go ahead and give this video a like. I would really appreciate that. I do appreciate all of you guys that are already subscribed to the channel. And let's continue. Dollar Tree was selling this silver wrapping paper, and this came just at the perfect time that I was running out of actual foil. So what I did was I ended up cutting smaller strips. I just went in and I made sure to cut out those smaller pieces, and I crumbled the pieces. I crumbled up the pieces of paper. This was the perfect way for me to continue with the project without having to go to the store and buy some more foil. And may I add, it was a perfect added detail to the project. So I just added that on, and I just used some clear tape to be able to put all of that together. So as you guys can see here, this project took a little bit of time, but it was definitely worth it because I love the look of it at the end. Okay, so once my base was done for this project, I just went in and cut up the boxes that were holding the plastic ornaments from Dollar Tree. So you guys, you just want to be able to use whatever colors you want. I ended up going with gold, red, and it just popped really well with the silver in the background. So I just went in and grabbed my hot glue gun and made sure that all of the colors were arranged in the format that I wanted. I really couldn't figure out what pattern I wanted to do on this wreath. That took a little while for me to figure out, but eventually I just started gluing some of the pieces together, and it came together as well as it possibly could. Honestly, I was just at that point just wanted to see the finished product, so I just went along and picked out some of my favorite colors. I made sure to have everything in hand that I needed. I took the bigger pieces of the ornaments and put them sort of towards what I'm going to call the top of the wreath, and I just started adding them on top. Then I followed up with using the smaller ornaments, and this just worked out perfectly for me. So definitely I just went in and tried to figure out what pattern I wanted to do and kind of set those in place and figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of the wreath. I love the gold detailing here. As you guys can see, I think that that's going to be a nice pop of color for the theme that we're going for in our house. So I definitely love Christmas time. Watching a movie and doing DIYs at the same time is just always such a favorite for me. So I definitely hope that you guys will do the same. Continue to just share and spread love around whenever and wherever you can, because we just are so much in need of that in the world right now. So definitely go ahead and keep adding your ornaments. Make sure that you have enough glue sticks for this because you are definitely going to go through quite a bit with this DIY. So go ahead and make sure that you have all of that aligned, and continue watching, and let's see what progress we can make with this project. let's go ahead and grab a nail so that we can pin up the wreath right on top of the mantle. So this is exactly what I'm going to be doing here. I'm just using this tiny little nail here to just pierce through the faux brick wall that I have here, and this was super easy to do. I just used a hammer and it pierced right through the wall there, but we are going to save that for the final reveal. We have a few more projects that we have to do, so let's go ahead and jump right into the next project. Okay, so this part of the DIY is going to be creating some firewood for the inside of the fire. So obviously this is not going to be a 3D kind of thing. It's going to be a little bit of 2D. So I just went in with some cardboard and I used my box cutter to be able to cut out the rounds, and I'm going to jump into making some different sizes as you guys will see here. So all I do is score alongside of the cardboard and cut out the pieces and just use those pieces to be able to add some more details to the fire so that the fireplace looks a lot more detailed. So as you guys can see here, this project has definitely made some great progress. So we're still continuing on with the details of the project. I went on and made some bigger rounds, as you guys will see here, and then I jumped right into painting them like the wood color. I used some dark brown as well as some lighter shades to make it look like some real cut up wood, and I think this added a beautiful details to the project. So let's keep going. Okay, so we're going to be adding the finishing details to this fireplace by adding the faux wood. So go ahead and see how many wood rounds you have. I'm going to be testing out to see just how many I'm going to need for the project. As you guys can see here, I made sure to add in as many details as possible. It felt like I was creating props for like a set or something. So anyways, I just ended up using those rounds to add to the fireplace. I made sure to have my hot glue gun. I'm just going to stick them onto the fireplace using my hot glue gun. And this is going to be the best application that I'm going to be able to do here. So I just went in with stacking them as like the little ones at the bigger ones at the bottom and the little ones at the top. I just continued adding those to the fireplace, and the hot glue gun works perfectly for this project. It just sticks on there perfectly, and so you just want to keep adding those on there. I'm just going to keep repeating this back and forth, the larger ones first and then the smaller ones on top, and just to create like a full wood look to this fireplace. I didn't want to add in any lights to do like a fake fire or anything, and I didn't want to cut up fake fire. I just think that this is the most realistic fireplace look here. Just adding those wood details to it is just perfect. So yeah, it's just gonna look like stacked up logs. And you guys, this detail is just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So keep on watching and let's see how this detail comes out before our last project that is coming up. Okay, so for this final DIY, we are going to do a pack of logs. I just wanted to add something to that little ledge that I created, since the other pieces of wood are 2D and against the wall. I wanted to add something that was a little bit more three-dimensional. So I went ahead and created a couple of logs out of cardboard. So go ahead and watch that. I'm going to show you guys a technique for removing the cardboard a lot easier. So what I do with my cardboard is I usually just score it, and a technique to remove that first layer of cardboard so that you can get those ridges is to use a paintbrush to remove the pieces of paper on there. So go ahead and try that out and see just how that'll work for you guys. So I know that this technique is something that a lot of other crafters use to be able to get that ridge on the cardboard. So that is what I'm going to try. After multiple attempts of trying to just remove it dry, I ended up just using that technique. And once I have the cardboard on there, I'm gonna wrap it around an empty roll. So this is going to create the perfect form for the log. And you guys, we're almost near the end. So let's watch this DIY play out.